The Nets are in an interesting position. Okay, they really could build through the draft, and I think not build through the draft, but like bolster the roster through the draft, which like typically contending teams don't do or have success with doing. But I think that this year's draft could be a little different, and they could ripe the benefits if they drink the fruit of the second round. So let's talk about today. Who will the Brooklyn Nets be drafting in the second round? And let's begin. They have the 44th pick, the 49th pick, and the 59th pick in the NBA draft, which is the 14th, 19th, and the 29th pick in the second round, if you want like the exact right there. So, now this puts us in a little pickle. Who do I think they should draft? Well, the Nets have a few beautiful options, okay? And that's the beauty for them is they need a few things. Let's look at that roster to give you guys an idea of what they need. Jeff Green's leaving, okay? We don't know what's happening with DeAndre Jordan. Spencer Dinwiddie's leaving. Tyler Johnson, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, Bruce Brown, Blake Griffin, Chris Chiozza. Tell me if I said that right, and if I didn't, tell me how to say it. Mike James and Reggie Perry. Mike James, Reggie Perry, Bruce Brown are all being brought back. I expect also Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot to be brought back over Tyler Johnson. And the rest, I think the roster is going to be the same. So the starting lineup next year is going to be Kyrie, Harden, Joe Harris, Durant, and Claxton maybe at center. And this is where they do need a big man in this year's NBA draft. So that's why I think when I look at this, I'm like, all right, this is interesting. Okay, so I have them drafting in the first round Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and he's perfect. He's going to replace Blake Griffin and start immediately and be able to be an effective guy who's a forward, and he's like strong enough to play small ball five and stretch the floor as a forward, and he's a good rebounder. So I think he's perfect right there. Now, next I have Aaron Henry. Aaron Henry, yes, he's regressed as a shooter, but Aaron Henry is good, guys. Okay? I'm telling you, he's somebody you don't want to be missing out on, and I think people are sleeping on him a lot. Okay? So let me give you a little rundown on who Aaron Henry is. 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. He's an NBA ready athlete with very few physical questions. He has unteachable athleticism. Yes, Aaron Henry regressed as a shooter at Michigan State. Like literally, he got worse at 3-point shooting every single year. I mean, with the fact that this year he shot 29.6, the year before that 34.4, in his freshman year 38.5. Not usually see that, but he improved every year defensively. And he has literally no questions on the defense. He's a perfect fit against smaller NBA lineups and can switch whether on ball against smaller, quicker guards or match up with longer wings. And he isn't overwhelmingly strong at 210 pounds. He has the strength to bump at the next level with guards and wings. He's a swingman. He made life difficult for even the best players he faced, such as projected 2021 first rounder Ayo Dosunmu. So maybe he can help the second unit of the Nets and be a really good wing rotation for them. Now, with their following pick, I really think they're going to draft him with the 44th pick, which is their first second round pick. Now, next, there's Amir Sims. Amir Sims, if you guys haven't heard of him, he isn't a ridiculous athlete by any means, but you probably want him to play the four, be a small ball five, which he would pair perfectly with Jeremiah Robinson Earl, filling up that space that's going to be left behind Kevin Durant. Like, Elise Johnson could play that, but I think it's really going to be more. I think Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and Amir Sims could all rotate as the backups behind Kevin Durant for the power forward position. I really think he'd be great right there. Be fantastic. And he can shoot the ball, he has long arms, and he's a guy he has the skill set to be a very good backup four in the NBA and a small ball five, okay? He's 6'8", 245 pounds, NBA ready body. He can bang up, and in 4 years, he basically was always over 45% from the field. This year he went 53.2. In the past 2 years, been a 40% three-point shooter, a guy who averaged almost a block a game and almost a steal a game with almost 3 assists a game with about 7 rebounds. Great fit for the NBA, okay? Phenomenal fit. And I think he's another guy that teams are going to really like him when he comes in and just starts doing stuff. I think he's a guy who can come in day one, make an impact, and people be like, where'd this cat come from? And they'll be like, Clemson after 4 years. I don't know why I said that. That was stupid. But yeah, no, I think he's actually someone who could make a difference. And they should take with the 49th pick. Now, the last one, I think it's 59th pick. They should go center. Jericho Sims is who I think is going to be left. I mean, there's Felipe Petrusev, who's more of a 4. And I think Yona Makondo, I don't know if he's even in the draft, but I really think the best option right here after everyone who's like returned is there's also EJ Onu from Shawnee State, shot 40% from 3 on 130 attempts as a senior, averaged 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4.5 blocks in 33 games, 6'10" barefoot with a 7'8" wingspan, and he had 529 blocks over 4 seasons in college. Pretty freaking redonk. But no, on a real note, I think the guy that they should get is Jericho Sims. Look, I really like Jericho Sims, and he's definitely a cap who can come in, NBA body. Yes, he does not shoot three-pointers, but he can do his best to imitate Jared Allen. And, Jared Allen is a great player, okay? Jared Allen went to college at Texas, and guess who his backup was? Our boy. I'm pretty sure his backup. No, his boy wasn't. I'm just kidding. He's not his backup. His replacement was Jericho Sims and I think Mo Bamba. But yeah. So Jared Allen could be replaced by another Texas player, Jericho Sims, who in the past couple of years, basically he was always over 60% field goal percentage shooter. And this past year was a 70%. Past 2 years, junior year, you got 8.5 rebounds. This year, you got 7.5 rebounds. He's been almost 1.5 blocks per game for the past 2 years, and he seems like a guy who can come in, be a block a game, get you 7 boards, have a rim running, lob threat ability, pair up really good. Him and Nick Claxton just rotating as that starter right there. What do you guys think? I really think that would work. Is that bad? Am I wrong for thinking that? Is that too much wishful thinking? I don't think it's enough, okay? I feel like it's just going to be an interesting year. So let me hear your thoughts down below, guys. That's basically it for me today. Puppies. Oh.